Kingston partnered with Intel on our first offerings for SSD. So this is essentially the same drive that Intel is selling, but it will be branded a Kingston SSD. We'll have two initially. We'll have a 32 gigabyte SLC SSD that is made for the targeted for the enterprise business, and then we'll also have an 80 gigabyte SSD that is made with MLC or multi-level cell, and that one's going to go for notebook memory, the sort of the high-end notebook, the corporate notebook market. So those will be Kingston's first two offerings. We're targeting late Q4, so probably November, December of this year. We're still qualifying them right now, running through the usual battery of Kingston tests, because we want to make sure that before we put the Kingston name on it, it's got to meet all of our qualifications. We will be targeting the Fortune 1000 companies, the companies that we have a pre-existing relationship with through our other normal DRAM offerings. We are the only partner at this time with Intel on SSDs. So it's just Intel and Kingston, and we are very proud to partner with them because our two companies have had a long history that goes back well over 10 years. 3 to 4 years ago, we were the official launch partner on the FB DIMM, the fully buffered DIMM, the module for that that you'll find in servers, and Intel basically designed it, Kingston made it. So, and then our relationship even goes further back beyond that too. So about 10 plus years with a strong partnership with Intel. It will be an Intel SSD with Kingston's name on it. So Intel is building this, and we'll put our name on it, and we are buying it from Intel as a finished good. Intel will probably, will market their SSDs to the PC OEMs, and Kingston, because of our reach in the channel, we will go after the Fortune 1000 companies. The thing with the Intel drives is that because of Intel's technology behind it, and because these drives will be the fastest SSDs on the market, at the time, a couple of factors. So you have the consumer adoption, and you have the technology behind these SSDs. Consumer adoption is still very low. We're still in the infancy stage for solid-state drives. And then the technology behind the Intel drives, because they are the fastest on the market, that is going to put a little bit more of a premium on the price. So, like with all things, it's a matter of adoption and cost, adoption and production costs before the actual cost of the product goes down. I can tell you that in the future, Kingston will be targeting at a lower price point SSDs for the mainstream consumer market. That's a little bit further away. A couple of things, we have to figure out. The price will definitely change between now and the time we launch, so we really have no figures in mind yet. The trends for the price of NAND flash, the raw components in the SSD, has been going down and down. So for companies like Kingston, it's not so good news, but for consumers, it's great news, and it's a great time to buy. You get an 8 gigabyte USB drive for maybe, as you look hard enough, you get it for as little as maybe $20 to $30. You go a year ago at this time, for 8 gigabytes was probably over $100.